in accordance with the university's mandate. All too soon, however, the tenure of the two key officers, the Vice Chancellor and the Registrar, will soon come to an end. Sadly, July 31st, 2022 will mark their last day in office. Statutory procedures required for their replacement have been put in place by the Council, and the committees are working to find suitable replacements. Distinguished guests, you will all bear me out that the outgoing officers have performed excellently during their tenure, such that the university has continued to soar and progress without any ruckus or disruption in academic work. In fact, Honorable Minister and distinguished guests, I am sure you have not lost any sleep over issues concerning UHAS since you took office. The experience and expertise the Vice Chancellor and the Registrar brought on board has enabled the university to build its structures and processes to progress accordingly. Whilst the Vice Chancellor has utilized his expertise as an internationally acclaimed medical and public health research scientist to enhance the research prowess and mandate of the university these past 6 years, the Registrar has continued to successfully perform the day-to-day administrative duties necessary for the smooth running of the entity and successfully implemented management decisions to maintain the integrity of the university for the past 7.5 years since he assumed office. The combined efforts of these officers and the good working relationships established with all the university's constituents is evident in the recognition of UHAS as a fast-growing competitive institution of higher learning in Ghana and beyond, and captured in recent university rankings. One of these rankings puts UHAS in number 3 position in Ghana. Another one, which I will allude to, puts UHAS as number 2. Many of the spectacular achievements within the 2020-2021 to 2021-2022 academic year will soon be highlighted by the Vice Chancellor as a reflective testimony of my accession. As Chairman of Council, my hope and prayer is that the statutory processes put in place to identify equally experienced and competent individuals to fill the positions of the VC and the Registrar will continue smoothly and come out with very good candidates for the benefit of UHAS. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the university's mission is to provide quality education, advanced knowledge through scholarship and research that improves health and quality of life. Again, the university seeks to be a preeminent health research educational institution dedicated to community service, and it is doing quite well in this regard. Indeed, it is gratifying to note that through hard work, the university has been progressing steadily in accordance with its mission and vision. The university has been making conscious efforts with regard to the research agenda, and it is necessary that government supports this by providing the necessary financial support to the university's policies. The national research agenda must focus on clear implementation strategies that inure benefits to society. Public universities like UHAS must be supported timely with adequate research funds through national budgetary allocations. It is trite knowledge that most great nations develop through scientific research, thereby making them responsive and resilient in the face of societal problems. Ghana must learn from this global example. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the University Council continues to bask in excitement after having been ranked the second best in Ghana and the 36th best university in Africa by Alpha Doga AD Scientific Index in the World Scientists and University Rankings 2021, beating some of the older institutions in Ghana. The AD Scientific Index is a ranking and analysis system based on the scientific performance and added value of the scientific productivity of individual scientists and institutions, taking into consideration the scientific characteristics of affiliated institutions and individuals. As if UHAS rankings in Africa and Ghana were not enough, some faculty of the university had some commendable rankings on the AD Scientific Index. Notable among them are the Foundational Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Fred Newton-Binka, and the immediate past Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Sept Owusu-Ajayi, the current Vice Chancellor, Professor John Owusu-Japong, the current Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Harry Tagbo, the Director of Institute of Health Research, Professor Margaret Japong, Mr. Martin Ajulk, a lecturer with the School of Public Health, and Professor Evelyn Koko Ansa, Director of Center for Malaria Research. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my greatest pleasure and honor to oversee the recognition of one of such eminent researchers in the course of this morning's function. You will all recall that Professor Margaret Japong was adjudged the Outstanding Female Scientist by the European Developing Countries Clinical Trials Partnership, EDTCP for short, for the 2021 year. Council decided to recognize and award Professor Margaret Japong with 3 awards: an institution of an annual mentorship program for female academics, a citation, and an honorary degree, respectively. I wish to add that in this era where people are trying to grab wealth and fame and money left and right, Professor Japong has decided to donate the award that came with the prize. The prize that came with the award, to establish a mentorship program for female academics and students within this university. And it is highly commendable that she has not decided to use the money to enrich herself or her family, but for the benefit of students, female students in this university. I would like to applaud Professor Margaret Japong for this intellectual feat and for hoisting the flag of UHAS high. Congratulations, Prof. Whilst Council congratulates these individuals for hoisting the UHAS flag so high on the global stage, Council equally encourages other faculty and staff to endeavor to blaze the trail to lift the UHAS flag on the world map, burn the midnight candle, especially within the global research community. Ladies and gentlemen, regarding infrastructural development and further expansion of UHAS, the university management had recently completed some residential facilities for students, and they are being used since the inception of the 2020-2021 academic year. Our students can now boast of good accommodation facilities in safe environments. The recent ones being constructed on the main campus here in Sokode Lokwe will soon be ready for occupancy. Distinguished invited guests, ever since the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, cut the sword for the commencement of the $68 million Phase 2 of the China Aid Construction Project, which project is meant to accommodate the central administration of the university as well as the School of Nursing and Midwifery on September 10, 2021. Constructional works have commenced and is ongoing unabated. You will all be amazed at the speed at which the contractors are working. I've been told that more than 15% of the construction has been undertaken in this short span of time, and we are hopeful for the successful completion of work on schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, as you might have seen on your way here, the construction of the Sokode Tritinu Bypass Road project, which connects the university to Sokode and Mirage Junction, is also ongoing. In his report to the congregation, the Vice Chancellor will throw more light on these and other ongoing projects for your information. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to address the graduates before I resume my seat. Our cherished graduates and alumni to be, remember that you are graduating today not primarily to obtain degrees and certificates, but also to make meaningful contributions to healthcare delivery in this country for the ultimate benefit of humanity. Take note also that there is no bigger religion than humanity itself. I respectfully urge you to practice your choosing professions with great confidence and humility while you learn on the job continuously. Serve with passion and empathy to save and sustain lives. Last Monday, I visited a health facility for an examination, and at the end of the examination, it was for medical imaging, and the lady after that asked me, "Sir, do you have anything to do with UHAS?" I said, "Yes, I'm currently the council chairman." And she said she's a graduate of UHAS. And the professional way she handled me was such that the discomfort I endured during the period passed away with ease. So I am urging you all to take your work seriously and continue to lift high the flag of UHAS, just as your first Vice Chancellor, the current Vice Chancellor, and senior management staff continue to do as senior academics. You are living here today as ambassadors of UHAS, so I challenge you to project your personal image and the image of the university by being the best in what you do. Conduct yourselves professionally and remember to brighten the corner wherever you might be with the UHAS lamp and endeavor to be good citizens of Ghana. To this end, I welcome everyone here gathered to the second session of the 6th Congregation of the University of Health and Allied Sciences. Please enjoy the program as it unfolds. Congratulations to all graduates once again. And now, by the powers vested in me as the Chairman of Council of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, who I do hereby declare this assembly duly constituted as the second session of the 6th Congregation of the University. Thank you.
Shall we give them a round of applause? That is our university choir, led by a quantity surveyor, Mr. Kenneth Chinyo. We are multi-talented here in this university. Hallelujah. It's time for us to invite our Vice Chancellor to give us some information and details regarding the activities of this university. And with a loud applause, I would like us to welcome Professor John Owusu-Japong, our Vice Chancellor.
Chairman of Council, members of Council, members of Parliament present, Togbio Mamao, invited guests, members of convocation, our dear graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a good day for us. And as I reflect on the last couple of years, and as Chairman of Council indicated that from the end of July, the registrar and I will no longer be in office, then it dawned on me that this is my last congregation. So, yes, 6 congregations, some of which have been first session, second session, and even during the COVID time, we had a 3rd session. So, I think I've spoken at enough congregations. But I want to add my voice of welcome to that of the Chairman of Council. For all of you who have joined us this morning, we are indeed very happy to have you here. It is statutory that the Vice Chancellor gives a report on the state of the university at every congregation. I have adopted the strategy of putting the report in the brochure, which you have, so that I don't have to say everything. As we say in our meetings, I take the report as read, and therefore I'll just pick on some highlights. I'll focus on teaching and learning, research, and some governance issues. So I'll start with teaching and learning. In the 2020-2021 academic year, which incidentally I'm supposed to be reporting on, we enrolled 1,170 students. This academic year, we've enrolled 1,500 students, which is a 28% jump in our enrollment. Currently, we have in all 7,678 students compared to the 154 students we started with in September 2012. Of this, 7,445 are regular students, and almost 3,000 are sandwich students. And today, most of the people who are graduating are from the sandwich group. And this is the group I enjoy most. They are a special breed. Some of them come fully pregnant. Some of them, when you admit them, it means you've admitted at least 3 people. Because they come with a house help and a baby. And when the lectures are going on, and you hear a shrill cry of a baby, even though there might be 4 or 5 ladies in that room who have babies out there, the right mother will get up and go. Because the mothers know the cries of their babies. As was indicated by Chairman of Council, today we are graduating 692 graduates, made up of 432 from the School of Nursing and Midwifery, 2 from Allied Health Sciences, 232 from Public Health, 1 from Basic and Biomedical Sciences, and 24 from the School of Medicine. In all, this university has produced 5,428 health professionals who are currently working in this country and other places. This is made up of 73 biochemists, 3,000 plus nurses and midwives, 674 allied health scientists, and for the sake of our guests, when we say allied health scientists, we are talking about physiotherapists, dietitians, hearing and speech therapists, medical laboratory scientists, medical imaging people that the chairman of council referred to, and the many other groups of people who help the health service to run. We've also graduated over 1,000 public health practitioners. These are made of disease control officers, nutrition officers, health information officers, and many other professions. And then our School of Medicine has graduated 333 doctors and physician assistants. And in addition, we have people who have graduated with postgraduate degrees in public health, epidemiology, medical imaging, and many other fields. This year, we started our dental program, and we've recruited 10 students to begin our dentistry program. They are currently being incubated in the School of Medicine. So in 6 years' time, there will be UHAS dentists on the market. Our School of Sports and Exercise Medicine, which we began last year, is also doing very well. We have actually partnered with the Secretariat of the All African Games, and our students are going to play a very key role in this whole games that will come off in 2023. Our program in orthotics and prosthesis has also started and is also doing very well. We're having some administrative challenges with our physician assistantship in anesthesia. There is a lot of battle on the ground. I won't get into the details, but we will overcome them and ensure that we begin our training of physician assistants who are in the anesthesia group. Currently, the group that we train are the ones who do the prescription and diagnosis on the wards and at the consulting rooms. So we plan that in the very near future, the anesthesia program would also come on stream. Our graduate programs that I alluded to are in medical imaging, public health, an MPhil in applied epidemiology, biomedical sciences, and God willing, next academic year we'll start graduate studies in nursing and midwifery. And the pharmaceutical sciences would follow them. All the necessary accreditation work is currently being handled by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, and we are hopeful that in the very near future, these programs will come on stream.